very interesting idea. Yes, something which is very interesting but yet confusing. What is it about? What is it that what is confusing as well and it is interesting as well? Let's think about it. Actually, we all have heard about poetic devices since the beginning. Not the beginning, but from our class 9th. But yet, we are confused. What is it? What are the poetic devices? What is rhyming scheme? Why are we confused? Because nobody discussed it with us. So today, I have come up with that idea only, that I'm just going to clear the topics with you people right away. So, let's talk about 2 topics today. Let's not burden us. Okay, so the first topic is transferred epithet and second is Synecdoche. You have heard about it, right? Class 10th, you have done the poem, that was the ball poem. Okay, and you have also done Fire and Ice, that was written by Robert Frost. Don't forget it, it's important. Okay, Fire and Ice, even if you had Dust of Snow. So these are important poems. For example, when we talk about metaphors, poetic devices we are talking about. The most common poetic devices, metaphor and simile. So do you remember anything that is actually about metaphors? Okay, what does ice represent? I guess it represents hatred. And what does fire represent? It represents passion. Don't forget it, it's important. That is what I'm saying. Now, what is metaphor? Basically, metaphor is, there is a literal word which implies some other meaning. That is why we call it metaphor. Let's move to transferred epithet and Synecdoche. Now, what is transferred epithet? When attribute of one object are transferred to another object. Attributes of one object are transferred to another object. For example, do you guys remember class 11, there was a poem that was the Laburnum Top? Right? In that only poem, what was happening? That there was a goldfinch on which there was a shadow, right? Now, that shadow, the barred face, there was a term, the barred face. Do remember, most of the times, Synecdoche and transferred epithet are found in pair of the words. Now, when we talk about transferred epithet, ma'am, what is transferred epithet? What is being transferred? Basically, the shadow was falling upon the branches. The shadow of the branches was falling upon the tree. But it was actually concluded that this barred face is related to the goldfinch. And you know, goldfinch, if you actually Google the picture of a goldfinch, you will find it out that goldfinch has a mark on his forehead. Okay, and that is considered to be a barred face. Then we move to Synecdoche. What is Synecdoche now? Where transferred epithet talks about one thing. For example, barred face means the shadow is being transferred to the face. But in Synecdoche, the whole idea. Synecdoche talks about the whole idea. For example, do you remember terrible transient feet? In the poem, a photograph. Terrible transient feet. Yes, it could relate to something like they were teenagers, the girls were teenagers, or that is why they are not able to stand stable. But actually, it is not talking about that. It is talking about something that is terrible. Something they are actually feeling pain about. Then transient feet. Transient is something which is cold. And when we talk about cold things, in that poem, they are relating to cold shrewdness of fishermen. Okay, and transient feet, they belong to them only, and that is why it is not just talking about one thing. It is talking about the whole idea of hatred, of something which is coldness, and that is why it is Synecdoche. It is not transferred epithet. So I have cleared 3 topics with you. One was, try to recall, one was metaphor, second was transferred epithet, and third was Synecdoche. Okay, now when we actually talk about, let's talk about homophones as well. What are homophones? Homophones are the words which actually confuse us. For example, can you tell me any 2 spellings of except? Try to recall 2 spellings of except. Yes, we have done it in class 6th. A-double-C-E-P-T-E, E-X-C-E-P-T. Now, this is the homework for you people. You're gonna do it as a homework. You people are going to tell me that what is the difference between accept and accept. There is a difference between pronunciation as well, but a bit. Dialects are there. Now, E-X-C-E-P-T and A-double-C-E-P-T. You people are going to tell me that how are these 2 words different from each other. All the best. Have a good time. Hope to see you soon in the school.